Welcome everybody in my next vlog. Today I'd like to dedicate this vlog to a very big group representing female STEM students. Female students in STEM, in science, technology, engineering and math. And during the last vlog I dedicated most of the vlog to women in STEM in the workforce, this time I very much would like to actually dedicate this vlog to the girls in STEM and bring some empowering type of vlog. So I hope you will really feel empowered after watching it, especially the female students, the girls in STEM. And definitely, just to remind you from the previous time, that based on the European data, actually more UK-based data, one of the crucial findings was that 60% of female STEM students have had their future career prospects affected by the COVID pandemic. And I think for me, at least, that was a very surprising result. And worrying result, that the COVID brought so many uncertainties also for female students. I tried to find and did some research. Is this comparable to Netherlands? What it was the percentage comparable of female students, but I couldn't really find comparable directly data. However, in general, percentage of female STEM students in Netherlands is remaining very low. And according to one of the important, I would say, organizations which are actually representing science education and talent development at the University of Twente, and that is Professor Juliette Walma van der Molen. She actually did some research regarding the research analysis. Why do Dutch girls, and she also published a short article on it, why do Dutch girls do not choose for science and engineering? And apparently comparing 66 investigated nations, including Dutch, but also other European countries, the Netherlands apparently scored highest on gender, stereotypical images of science and engineering, and also show lowest on influx of female students in STEM bachelors. And the gender stereotypical image might sound maybe mysterious, but actually what it comes down, it is directly related to gender bias. The gender bias, which is apparently deeply rooted in Dutch culture. And when I remind myself when I was a student, also in science, in biology, I never really experienced it from Polish perspective, from my perspective. When I moved to Netherlands to do PhD studies, also not. So actually, this is for me also very surprising information that there is gender bias, and this gender image is actually based on this research, it's a huge obstacle and maybe a reason why Dutch girls do not choose for science and engineering. And there have been some initiatives done by VHTO. The actually Dutch Expertise Center for Diversity and women in STEM, or students in STEM and IT. And apparently this organization, WHTO for Diversity, has a database of more than 2,000 women working in STEM in Netherlands to give also sufficient resources for women as a STEM role models for STEM girls. However, having this database and bringing the workshops to schools, for example, and workshops were given by female role models didn't bring really great substantial increase or better results. So the question is, what is the reason and how we can now improve it? how we can increase the numbers of female students opting for science, for engineering, for studying technology and studies. Do we need more actors than typical female role models? That's, I think, important question. And apparently, if you think about, of course, students which are female students in STEM which are studying, only 27% of the girls that start bachelor university program enrolls in a STEM study. So possible reasons for this may be related to, again, the gender bias and lack, apparently, other studies show lack of female STEM role models. And I think this STEM role models, which I already have here, and I would like to show you. I hope you can see it well from this perspective. Yes, I hope. Yes. This could be very international role models, because you can look in your local environment, but because we also have now access, because of COVID, to virtual and digital networking, we can also, as a female girl, take advantage of it and look for role models via digital networking, and also looking for international role models. That can be one of the clues from perspective of me as international woman in STEM. So the other thing which I realized that if we think that these programs which are developed are not sufficient to in a way enhance or promote joining of Dutch girls into STEM education. There have been also, of course, some different secondary schools sort of research and design tracks organized, but they also again prove the same problem, that pupils and teachers seem to be unaware of importance of explicating the low influx of female STEM students, and also relation to implicit these stereotypes. So there is also, not on the level at the university, but also at the level of secondary school, there is not only lack of awareness for the problem which is happening later on in education for the girls, for the STEM field. I call it STEM field because that's much shorter than science, engineering, technology, and math field. But definitely there's apparently at the secondary school already not only a gender bias, but also lack of awareness about what is happening at higher education, and why there is such low percentage of girls entering STEM programs. And apparently from secondary perspective, there is a lack of female role models. So that's something also which is not at the level of awareness at university level, with which there are many professors which can serve as a STEM role models. Then, of course, when I wanted to also look what is happening with the Ministry of Education in the Netherlands, and even Ministry of Education, Culture and Science wants to actually, when you look at the website, wants to create for education a smart, skilled and creative environment in the Netherlands. It's very important, but it is now how agenda of this on ministry agenda is implementing agenda looks like. I think that's the big question, to really encourage more girls joining the STEM field and encouraging them. So especially when you think about the perspective that technology belongs to all of us, this becomes very crucial to mobilize and stimulate girls already from secondary school education, not only at university. But the other thing which I realized, that this gender might be very much glass ceiling wall, and might not allow these girls to really go further than that and actually become not go-along girl, but go-getter girl. So the girl, which very nicely, I would like to recall, third potential and actually already very established in the United States role model, Deborah Shigley, a go-getter girl, which she wrote actually the book about this, and link I will give you in the comments, is someone who has a vision in her mind of where she wants to be and then goes after it. So if we would like to create more go-getter or create more, transform the girls, the Dutch girls, but all the girls into go-getter girls and help them to become these go-getter girls, especially for STEM, that would definitely be very important to develop such programs in secondary schools, but also at the university level. And now the question is what we as a women in workforce in STEM can do for them. And of course, I think what we can give them one of the first lessons, which already actually Deborah Shigley brought, which is advocate and active as in role model, serving role model for go-getter girls, for to become go-getter girls in America. But what happened is that from her experience, she shared is that actually she's been contacted by a person, by the girl, and the problem is that many times girls are insecure and they are afraid to ask for help. So if you would think again about how we could change, and what I also as a STEM girl, but also Deborah beautifully brought it up in her giving interviews and sharing her experience, is that if we have a girls which are very insecure, and here we have a female role model in STEM, sometimes the simple thing to ask is to ask a question, to meet and ask some questions about possibilities in STEM field. So that this asking question is a first step. To actually find out what kind of advice, how can I use now this advice to drive my career, my STEM career as a girl. So asking questions, become very assertive, and keep asking questions and keep finding also different females in STEM as a role models, not particularly one, but maybe few. And social media definitely can help with that. Another thing which I like already about Go-Getter Girls, that YouTube, for example, is a great entrepreneurship program, and a lot of girls already start their YouTube channel, and that already shows some certain type of entrepreneurship coming in, and definitely entrepreneurship from my perspective also as an entrepreneur type of woman in STEM is helping here, because then the girls have actually, you girls have more opportunities to meet your role models. And important also is, I think I would say from my side, try to find, if you don't know where to start, try to find what is your passion at your stage of development. What is your passion? What drives you every day to do things? What is the most passionate thing you would like to do in the future in life? And I think this passion combined with the strengths, which you will discover step by step, can really help to determine what kind of path you want to enter. Because of course you will see a lot of different women in STEM as a role models, but of course you cannot copy somebody's life and somebody's career. You are very unique, and that's also the beauty of it. And you have to discover this strength and this passion. And by combining it, I strongly believe this is some advice which I like to bring and empower you by giving this advice and bringing this advice in the flock. So for all the girls which are now watching this vlog, the home take message is: don't be afraid to ask questions, don't be afraid to reach even to people and great role models, female role models like Deborah Sahar, Professor Juliet Walma van der Molen. And also please don't be afraid also to contact me. I'm really happy to give you advice and support you, because I know how difficult this can be. And I think having this direct interactions, direct networking can help you extremely well in finding yourself and finding your path and becoming from alone girl, go-getter girl, as beautifully Deborah framed it in. So in the end, don't forget also to think about one question. And this can be a question which, if you don't know what could be the first question to the female in STEM role model which you like to ask, the question can be: what is one thing you wish you would have known as a young professional woman just starting out in her STEM career? So I will also put this question in the comments, so you will also have it. And also use this question. This can be opening question if you don't know what kind of question you would like to ask first. So keep asking questions, keep interacting with women in STEM in workforce, keep finding role models, and keep finding what is really your passion and what are really your strengths. So thanks a lot, and I wish you really good luck in finding all the answers and moving forward to become go-getter girl in STEM. Thanks a lot for watching, and stay tuned.